High energy bills, big concern for Marylanders this winter.
Fox 45's Jessica Babb breaks down what goes into your energy bill and why it's so expensive.
With all the talk about energy bills in Annapolis, let's break down what it means for you. While everyone's energy bill is different depending on your usage, if you have gas or just electricity, and even if you have energy efficient appliances or not, for simplicity's sake, we can use my latest energy bill. My home is about 1,400 square feet and runs on just electric. My bill that was just issued this week is about $521, but we got a $43 energy rebate from the state, something that was passed by lawmakers last year. And we earned another $10 credit through BGE with our smart thermostat, bringing my total bill to $468. And I'm certainly not the only one with a high bill.
Well, I got to make a decision. What am I going to eat today or not? What bill's going to get paid? Pisses me off.
Of my total bill, $351 were part of supply costs.
In 2024, as we all know, PJM's capacity auction resulted in an 800% price increase.
Another $167 were part of delivery fees, and of that, the Empower Maryland charge was $34. That charge goes toward funding energy efficiency programs. Now back to those conversations happening in Annapolis. You know how I mentioned I got that $43 energy refund? Well, based on legislation that Governor Wes Moore is proposing this year, if it ends up passing, residents like you could end up seeing another roughly $40 energy rebate in the future.
That is $100 million that's going directly back into the pockets of hardworking Marylanders who need it now.
$100 million of relief he'll talk about, that's a pittance. He's taking hundreds of millions out of the same fund just to plug budget holes.
But some argue it is a drop in the bucket compared to the energy costs we're paying. And as you've heard, that money is coming from the Strategic Energy Investment Fund, a fund designed to fund affordable, reliable, and clean energy. Some of that fund is also being slated to help balance this year's budget. Now, money going into that fund comes from the Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative and alternative compliance payments from utilities. According to this recent report from the Maryland Energy Administration, you can see over the last few years that fund has ballooned. And while ratepayers aren't paying into it directly,
RGGI costs are imposed on generators, and whether those generators set the clearing price in the PJM energy markets will depend on whether ratepayers actually see higher costs as a result of RGGI. Sometimes that happens and sometimes it may not. The alternative compliance payment costs and the RGGI costs, when they are reflected in a customer's bill, will show up in the supply portion of the customer bill.
Right now, Senate Minority Leader Stephen Hershey is proposing legislation to withdraw from the Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative, a cap-and-trade program designed to lower emissions from power plants.
Marylanders should not be forced to pay a state-imposed carbon tax embedded in their electricity rates, especially when family budgets are already stretched and grid reliability is deteriorating.
But according to this fiscal note, while it could reduce the cost to operate some power plants in the state, potentially reducing energy prices, whether energy prices actually go down and to what extent isn't clear. Other Republicans like Delegate Brian Chisholm are also making a push to get rid of the Empower fee.
We need to provide some real relief to our ratepayers. That's what this bill aims to do.
But it was introduced last year and didn't pass.
There's a lot of talk about how much Empower costs, but there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of talk about how much money Empower saves.
In addition to regulating utilities and PJM, this is why lawmakers are also considering legislation looking into how much energy the state generates. When we're faced with high demand like we are right now, especially increasing our supply and energy costs. But even if we do end up passing more legislation to generate more energy here in the state, projects still have to be built and connected to the grid before you could see impacts on your bill. In Baltimore, Jessica Babb, Fox 45 News.
I'm Kai Jackson. Thank you for watching. Here's another video to watch. Also, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel.